Hi everyone, my name's Pieta Valentine. I've written 2 books, The Resident's Voice from a Dementia Unit and The Resident's Rise from a Dementia Unit. So today's session is on low-level anxiety in a dementia facility. Now, with this series of videos I'm actually going to be doing now on anxiety, depression and anger, and a separate video for each level, low level, moderate level and high level. I'll just explain the analog scale at the beginning of this series, which is now. So the scale is 0 to 10, 0 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. And low level anxiety is between 0 to 3, moderate level anxiety 3 to 7, high level anxiety 7 to 10. And the same applies for depression and anger. I worked a lot as a physiotherapist with work-related injury and pain, stress and anxiety. So a lot of this experience that I'm about to tell you now comes from that, aside from my many years of work with dementia residents. Okay, so we'll start off with who is anxious and who is not anxious. I think we might start with who is not anxious to start with, because people don't ever think of the fact that some people are actually okay about coming into a dementia facility. It's a small group, but I'll start off with them nevertheless. Okay, so for people, say for example, elderly women who are in their late 80s and early 90s and are fairly immobile anyway, I mean they're on a walker, they've got maybe a sore back, stiff hips, and they don't walk outside independently of their own accord because their mobility is too restricted, and by now they've probably lost the interest in doing it because it's so difficult. Maybe they've been in the nursing home downstairs, and with ongoing dementia they go upstairs to the facility upstairs. So that group won't be distressed, they'll be disorientated, and we will go into that a little, and so there will be, low-level anxiety because of that, but they won't be experiencing anything like what the other residents, new residents coming in, are experiencing, who have come straight from their own home, some of them, and often fit and active people. That's really difficult, extremely difficult. But for an elderly woman who's got restricted mobility, who's already been in a nursing home for 2-3 years, so she's become institutionalized because of that, and she's going upstairs to the dementia unit, which is probably a very similar routine to downstairs. It's not too much difference. So if that's the case with your mother, then she'll have low-level anxiety because of the shift. And you can help with that. The reason why she's probably got anxiety is because of orientation problems. Her room will be in a different place, for example. That's a big thing. If she's been used to having her room, 3rd on the right after the nurse's station, and now it's 10th on the left up the hallway, well, firstly, it means she has to walk further. And that could actually be difficult because she's already got pain in her back and her hips, and she's quite immobile. And then she has to find out where it is, and she's not used to that part of she's not used to that corridor anyway, or that she's on the 10th on the left. So quite a bit of practice. If you put some time and effort into explaining to her where her room is, a few practice runs, or quite a few practice runs up and down the corridor, and making sure that she has the notice on the door, big letters, her name and the room number, explaining that to her, explaining the whole thing, like, Mum, you're now, and orientating her to the fact that, Mum, you're now in a new facility, upstairs from where you were before, downstairs in the dementia, downstairs in the nursing home before, now you're just upstairs in another facility. So you have another room, and it is a little bit to orientate to, but it's just the same routine, and you've got some of your friends here from the nursing home down below. So Jane and Sue, say, are your good friends, so they're here, so they'll help you as well. And I'm here to help whenever you like and whenever you wish and however you wish. But the main thing is we want to get you orientated to know where your room is. That's why we're doing all these practice runs, because when you can do that, then you can come here to the toilet, you can come here and have a lie down, everything is nice, and you can have a, happy daily routine if you know where your room is, and you can just come and go as, oh yes, dear, yes, I understand that. It's always a bother having to go to the toilet, but as long as I can get to my room, I'll be fine, she's likely to say. So yeah, this is the main thing, orientating her to where she is, the routine, the new staff, explaining to her this is the charge nurse, introducing her, this is your main carer, Sue, and she's with you most days of the week. She'll be helping with showering and dressing and everything. So you have changed your carer now because you had another carer that you liked downstairs, but this is your new carer, She'll be with you each morning. Now, really go through this, It's so important for orientation. And when your mother feels orientated, then the anxiety will settle, definitely. If the anxiety is due to disorientation, which it often is when you first come into a dementia facility, if the anxiety is because of that and disorientation settles, anxiety will settle as well. So it's worth starting with that as a starting point. I mean, of course, anxiety, there's many reasons for anxiety, but we'll just go through things one by one and eliminate them. And that's sort of how you get to the, point of the problem, so to speak. Now, so that's your elderly mother who's come up from the nursing home and helping her with orientation and settling her anxiety. The other group of women that do actually quite well in dementia facilities and don't have anything like the anxiety levels of other groups are school teachers and nurses. Nurses, because they're used to working in hospitals, often rest homes, sometimes dementia facilities. So they know the routine, they know the environment, they know the staff, hierarchy, they know the whole setup, they're familiar with. So it's just like they're living in their working environment. So it's not really that strange for them. And they adjust well. And also the nurses still help, they're still working as far as they're concerned, quasi-working. I mean, if someone falls, they'll call out. If someone needs a drink of water, they'll get them a glass of water if they're mobile. If someone's unwell, they'll sit by them and comfort them. They just carry on, just like they've been nursing all their life. So they adjust because of that. The second group of school teachers are a great group, really, because they engage. They're used to talking to the children all day. And so in the workshops, they're fantastic. They chat, they discuss, they converse, they question. They're a very active group. And so the workshops and activities for them are like work as well. So it's not that different either, especially if they have a husband, for example, who lives in the facility, who comes to visit every day, and they often do visit for like 2-3 hours, then half the day your husband's there anyway. So some of them one lady actually came in, she was a school teacher, her husband came, every day, and she liked it. She said, oh, it's so palatial, it's such a beautiful environment, everything's provided, everything's done for you, it's so attractive. She didn't have any anxiety at all. So, these are the exceptional cases, though. The majority do have moderate level anxiety, yes, because it's such a foreign setup. So I'll go into that in the second video, moderate level anxiety, the next one I'm going to do. But I just wanted to also say that, if your mother fits into these other camps that I've mentioned, then you may find there's not a problem. And that's great. Great for her, great for the relatives, great for the staff, great for the community. So thank you for your likes. Thank you for your support and your subscriptions. I really appreciate it to be able to get this, platform up and running. Thank you.